well, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to share my screen. Boom, there we go. Tell me when you can all see that.
Not yet. Yep.
Yes.
All right, good stuff. Okay, so it's great. It's fantastic to see all of you here today. So, and it's thanks for joining us. Some people gave the apologies, so they're not going to join us today. But you know, I'm really excited because I'm absolutely thrilled to share some truly momentous news. I believe this will not only excite you, but also significantly empower you to your ongoing efforts to drive success. So let's move on. Today, I'm immensely proud to announce that an Even Better Place to Work was officially and has officially achieved CPW accreditation for our transformational employee engagement software solution. This isn't another certification. It's a world-first achievement. An Even Better Place to Work is now recognized globally by the CPD Group and the CPD Registrar internationally as the only online transformational employee engagement solution with this level of accreditation in the world. This signifies a new global standard for quality and effectiveness. Now, you might think, that's great for an Even Better Place to Work, but what does it mean for me, my sales and my business? That's precisely what I want to focus on. This accreditation is a game changer for you, our valued partner. We all know the challenges businesses are facing: a high staff turnover, low morale, disengagement, poor performance, and leadership gaps. These aren't just people problems. They are critical business problems that directly impact the bottom line. You've been selling solutions to these issues. We all have. You've all been selling solutions to these issues. And now we have an even more powerful tool. This is where our solution shines and where the CPD accreditation adds immense value. Our philosophy is simple. We don't sell a program. Mercy made it perfectly clear to us when we started these partner programs that we don't sell a program. We solve a problem, and we need to identify the problem. Our unique accreditation process empowers organizations to lure, L-U-A-R, to listen to employees' needs with precision, to understand the root causes behind the data, to act with targeted, needs-driven leadership, and to review progress and sustain momentum for continuous improvement. So just like you lure fish into a net, okay, it's exactly what we do. We listen, we understand, we act, and we review. The outcomes are clear. Engagement, well-being, motivation become the natural consequences of needs being met. This is a transformational impact we can deliver, and you can deliver this. You've read through our playbooks, which we've given you over the last weeks, and the last time I spoke to you, we went through all the playbooks, most of them. There's some new ones coming out as well. And it's a culmination of all of this information that has got us to this point. And how do we achieve this? Well, through our structured continuous improvement cycle, the cycle you can see on the screen there, we set a rhythm with a company-wide diagnostic, leadership reviews, the insights, translated data into strategy action. We then cascade the conversation through focused one-to-ones, ensuring insights reach every level. Finally, we empower and act, equipping leaders to drive change from the ground up. This structured approach ensures accountability and tangible results. The CPD accreditation validates this entire robust process. So we have been going through the CPD process with CPD Global for over a year now, and making sure that we align our business with the requirements to actually be accredited as a CPD accredited business. The CPD accredited business, as a CPD accredited business, our structured satisfaction at work accreditation gives the employee and the employers 25 credit scores. 24 credit scores on completion of it. Average organizations require a CPD credit score of 20 points per employee per year. Generally, some are higher. Legal entities require slightly more. Accounting entities require 30, but generally, they require a minimum of 20 to be accredited. And this is something that every employee within a business has to do. They have to keep up their CPD points and keep qualifying to show continual professional development. And the whole focus on our business over the last 10 years, over the last 10, 11, 12 months, has been to create this platform and to add information to the platform so that we could become CPD accredited and offer a structured environment where people can actually get their 24 points for the year. And that's what we have come up with, and that is what we have been judged and accredited on. All right. Our comprehensive suite of diagnostic tools cover every facet of an employee's experience, from leadership and performance, culture and engagement, well-being and health, diversity, equity and inclusion, compliance and risk. We provide quantifiable, actionable insights that reduce risk and foster trust. The CPD accreditation assures that these modules are the highest standard for professional development. You don't just get CPD approved. You don't just get CPD accredited. There's many people in the world who have not been able to achieve it. And for our business to be able to achieve this, it puts our business in a totally different position. We are now, as they say, we are the only transformational employee engagement software solution that is accredited by the CPD in the world. Okay, I'm sure there will be more hot on our heels now that we've managed to pull it off. And we need to drive our CPD accreditation so that we can get it over the line and so that we can make people more aware of it. It is a first to market. Okay, we've always discussed it. There's lots of different employee engagement software solutions out there. We've always said we are transformational. That was our key differentiator, right? Our key differentiator is still that we are transformational opposed to informational. Okay, but we are now CPD accredited. All right. So what truly sets us apart, especially now with our accreditation? The only globally accredited solution. We are the only online transformational employee engagement solution globally accredited by the CPD group and registered on the CPD register. This guarantees a standard of excellence and a commitment to quality you won't find anywhere else currently. This is your ultimate differentiator. It is the biggest single differentiator we have right now. Nobody can compete. Nobody in the world can compete with what we have just achieved. It's data-driven, it's not guesswork. We provide objective evidence. This accreditation validates our data-driven approach, moving beyond assumptions to real issues, and it addresses those real issues. It empowers your own people. Our system builds leadership capabilities, fosters ownership, creating sustainable change from within. Sustainable transformation. We embed a continuous rhythm of improvement, creating a lasting culture of engagement and high performance. Okay. We've already got some people who are so excited about it, they've already moved straight onto it. And we've only had this accreditation since Friday, but I spoke to David Wheeler about it, who is the head of Ebor Academy Trust. And this is what he had to say. He said, an even better place to work has completely transformed our company culture. Its insights are incredible, but most importantly, the process empowers our leaders to make a real difference. We've seen a significant increase in engagement and a measurable decrease in staff turnover. And this is from a guy who's in charge of one of the biggest academies in the UK. They have over 23 schools. We have over 1,000 people on our system that have been doing this doing our program. And that's a comment from him. And then obviously, I can attest to the power of the accreditation itself, simply because I have been doing the entire accreditation process with CPD. The credibility of the CPD accreditation is a key factor to us. The system is robust, insightful, and will deliver tangible results for our partners around the world. It's a game changer. It makes us stand out above everybody else. And then this accreditation empowers you to enhance credibility and trust, present a globally recognized, validated solution. That's what we have. Boost your value proposition, easily articulate tangible benefits backed by official standards. That's what CPD have done for us. They have said that we have tangible benefits and they've accepted us. Gain a competitive edge, so we stand out with a unique world-first offering. And that's our biggest driver. And it simplifies your sales conversations because you can focus on clear return of investment and measurable results. From us, we are committed to support you in leveraging this accreditation to drive more sales and achieve greater success together. We'll be providing updated marketing materials. You've got some of those already. The marketing department are busy working on some others, which will come out shortly. Okay, there's some talking points that will come out and some sales enabled resources. So all that information it's in the pipeline. I wasn't going to wait another week for that to arrive or 2 weeks for that to arrive. I was excited. I needed to share this. And this is a pivotal moment. Right now, we're all at a pivotal moment for an even better place to work. And it's a pivotal moment for all of us, every single partner that we have that works with us. We're incredibly excited about the opportunity this world-first CPD accreditation unlocks. I have to thank you for your continued partnership, your dedication, and your belief in our vision. We work really, really hard this side. Sometimes we don't acknowledge people like our marketing department who work tirelessly at all the stuff that I throw at them. And trust me, there's a lot of things that I ask them to do, and they work religiously on achieving great things for what I come up with. And I'm one of those people who just never stop creating things. So I like change, and I change things all the time. But I believe that this accreditation, if used correctly, okay, will make our business go forward, okay, in exactly the direction that we needed to go forward. So let's go out there and show the world how an even better place to work is leading the charge in worldwide transformation. This is pretty much where I finished what I wanted to say. I'm going to unshare my screen now. And then if anybody wants to chat about it, ask any questions, let's do that. Anything in the chat? Nobody want to say anything? Hi,
Mercy's raised her hand.
Mercy, go for it.
Hi, Brian. Congratulations. I think it's a massive feat to be CPD accredited. I know in South Africa, our Chartered Accountants Institute recognizes CPD points or annual points, Engineering Council. I just want to understand, what is the criteria to claim those points, and what is the process of claiming those points?
All right.
So, for example, for the Financial Practitioners Institute, they also have annual. So I've got a team within the finance department that I work with, but only the financial manager is part of that institution. How do we go about, what's the criteria for him to claim his points from us?
All right. So basically, we all know how the Satisfaction at Work program rolls out. All right. So basically, if you have a look at the Satisfaction at Work diagnostic in the system, it'll come up and it'll clearly show you what is required to be accredited. So basically, to become accredited, right, you have to do the Satisfaction at Work diagnostic. It's a year process. That's why it's 24 points. A lot of CPD accreditations are only 2 or 3 points or 1 point an hour that people get. Ours is 24 points because it takes a year to actually complete. So to be fully compliant and to get your CPD points, you have to obviously sign up to the Satisfaction at Work diagnostic. You all do the diagnostics. You will have a review. We will have a review with the leader of whichever team is involved, whichever team is doing the CPD. They need to do their one-to-ones. They record their one-to-ones on the system. The system has facility now where you can actually go in and you can record that you have done your one-to-ones with every single member of staff. So I'm working with the leadership now. The leadership now is already working on his 24 points because they've done everybody in the team has got some points already, theoretically, because they've all done the diagnostic. The leadership needs to get some extra points because he's now done his one-to-ones with everybody and everybody has done their one-to-ones. Right. The points are not divided by category. They're divided as an overall parcel, overall budget bundle. So then after that, they have to do activities. They have to do a minimum of 3 activities a year. So that means every 3 months they need to do an activity, and every 3 months they need to retake the diagnostic. So that is where the continual professional development comes into it. The whole CPD thing comes into it, because that is where you sit together in a room, you do your activities, you gain experience, and it develops you as a person and develops you within your business by addressing your needs. So it works with the criteria of motivation, openness, all those elements, those 7 criteria of satisfaction at work. We work within all 7 of them so that we can actually drive change and development in all of them. Does that make any sense? So your satisfaction at work covers things like openness, feedback, feeling valued, motivation, difference, ownership, and conflict. So those are the 7 categories for satisfaction at work. You have to do a minimum of 3 activations. So you can do your 3 activations all on one category if need be. Okay, but it would be better if you did it on more than 3, and you could show that you have moved your radar screen. So the diagnostic will record all of them, and it will show us that you have achieved 100% diagnostics. That's a certain percentage of points. You have done review. That's a certain percentage of points. You have done your one-to-ones. You have done activities. You have set goals, team goals and personal goals. Okay, and you've achieved those. And once you've achieved them all and your score has gone to above 5, okay, then you are accredited. So it's not a matter of, yes, you do it and then you just become accredited, because that's what we like to give it away. We're not allowed to just give away 24 points. Otherwise, the whole CPD structure wouldn't be effective at all. If we could just say, well, there we go, somebody signed up for satisfaction, paid me, and then I gave you your 24 points. We couldn't do that, because we then actually could lose our license as an accredited CPD service provider. So we don't do that. We have to report our CPD points to the CPD register. So we will say to them, there's the report. If you go into the system, there's the report. That's what they have achieved, and that's why we can give them accreditation. Okay. Do you want me to go into the system? We've got a little bit of time. Do you want me to go into the system and show you where to find this information?
I think I understand where the information is housed, but so if my understanding is correct, it is only associated with the satisfaction at work. And that's specific diagnostic and activations associated with that. And then for the validation process to be able to give, so typically if the health profession councils goes to a seminar and they're entitled to 2 points for attendance, they get a certificate of attendance that then gives them that. So there's like a moderator plus an assessor that then gives them the final. So who within our team, is that you that will do that final closeout?
That's me.
And certification to hand over to that individual.
Currently, that's me. The system will give me that information, and then I will validate it and make sure that it has been completed correctly and that they've ticked all the criteria, and then you'll be granted the certificates to hand out to the different people.
Okay. Thank you. I think I understand.
Look, it's a whole learning for all of us. but you've obviously worked in that environment before. But for me, I've never worked in this environment. So when I first became CPD accredited, I said, "Oh, well, we CPD accredited. That's so nice." And then somebody said to me, "So how many points can I get?" I said, "What do you mean you want points? What is this points nonsense that you're talking about?" So then I had to go back to him and say, "Listen, I've got a customer that wants to know what points." He said, "But it's on your accreditation. It says there you're accredited for 24 points." I said, "Well, I don't know I thought maybe you were just giving me 24 points or something. I don't know what this was all about." So then I had to go on a whole training with them for them to explain to me the process of what we have told them we're going to do. And I didn't tell them what we had to do. They kept asking me questions, and I kept telling them questions and giving them information, and they structured it in the background. And then they said to me, "Right, fine. So this is what you've told us that people have to do to become accredited." So I thought, okay, I suppose I did tell you somewhere along the line some of that stuff, but I was just telling you stuff. I wasn't like trying to put a roadmap together here. I was just like, you wanted to know, I gave you an answer. You wanted to know, I gave you an answer. You wanted to know, I gave you a PDF document. I sent the whole familiarization, 520 pages to you. And then they came back to me and were shouting at me because this wasn't right and that wasn't right, and I had to change this and change that. And so there was all the changes that took place. So yeah, we are all learning, and I'm learning most of all because I think some people have been in this environment before. So yeah, that's basically how it works for us. And I'm sure there will be more questions, and there might be questions from some people which I cannot answer. And then I need to contact my lady at CPD Registrar and say, "Listen, this is what a company wants to know. What am I supposed to tell them, and how am I supposed to resolve this issue?" Because I wouldn't know. So knowing where
Perfect.
you come from, I think that if you sort of understand what I'm trying to say, then I'm sort of saying it right. But it's not gospel according to Brian, I promise.
I think you are. Just one more question, just following on that. So the satisfaction at work, the 24 points could go to the leader because they do the activations, they have the one-on-ones. But if you are working with a team of nurses, all of them are on the HPCSA, right?
Yeah.
Registered. And all of them are entitled to those points, but they don't lead a team. So they only participate in the team. Are they entitled to
They
the
get their
same?
24 they get their 24 points because they have individually they've all participated, and they've all done the activities, they've all done the one-to-ones. The reviews are outside of it, but that's more for a leadership side, so we can answer more leadership questions. But the leadership side is to make sure that the leadership is doing what the leadership is supposed to be doing for the employees to benefit from their 24 points. Because otherwise you have to send a trainer in or a coach in to make sure the job is done. So that's why we have the leadership involved at grassroots level. So, and is to make sure that we can actually allocate the 24 points to the employee right down the line, whoever's partaken in the process. You must remember you can also use any other diagnostic, but you have to focus. So let's say, for example, you do satisfaction at work and you do a diagnostic, and then you do one-to-ones, and then somebody wants to do well-being. You do well-being, that's another diagnostic. So that's your second time you've done a diagnostic. You have to do a minimum of diagnostics 3 times. You have to do a minimum of 3 activations. It's not limited to satisfaction at work. Okay, so you will find that they will say, "Right, fine, this is where we are and this is what we need. We have to do something on unconscious bias, or we have to do something on neurodiversity," or whatever. Okay, you can add any one of those 40 that we currently have that have merit. So appraisal, for example, you wouldn't get any points for appraisal. Okay, candidate, you wouldn't get any points for a candidate. But if you did artificial intelligence, that is continuous professional development. It's all about developing somebody. So you could say, right, fine, next year you do AI, fraud, and ethics. That's fine. As long as you do activities for each one of them. And the activities, remember, all the activities are the activities for satisfaction at work. So those are the activities that have to be done. The diagnostics, you have to do satisfaction at the beginning of the year, and you have to do satisfaction at the end of the year, which will show me as the adjudicator or vigilator, whatever you want to call me, as the guy that signs it off. It will show me where that you've achieved the accreditation. because you can't achieve the accreditation for fraud at work or business at work. You can only achieve the accreditation for satisfaction at work. So by doing those other diagnostics, okay, you are building a better work environment, which theoretically should move the radar chart numbers up into the green so that you can become accredited. You're using them as other activities, if I can put it like that.
Perfect.
Dolores's
Thanks,
hand is
Brian.
up as well.
Go ahead,
Dolores.
Dolores.
Sorry, I think you may just have answered the question there, actually. So I was just going to ask, is it only the Satisfaction at Work program that's accredited? Like there's no smaller points for people doing, you don't get an hour or 1 point for, like, let's say doing a mood at work diagnostic and a training after it. It doesn't work like that. It's just for this Satisfaction at Work. Is that correct?
Correct, because the satisfaction at work is our hero diagnostic, and it has all the activities, and it's a process to get to 24 points. So it's not just a quick one. I am in discussions with them with regards to doing them individually, but to become accredited, it costs a lot of money to become CPD accredited. All right. So when we built the package to become CPD accredited, I included all the diagnostics into that. If I take any out of that diagnostic, it's a new application and I pay exactly the same amount of money just for that one, which means that then if we were to sell it, okay, you wouldn't be selling it at €12. We would then need to sell it for a lot more because I need to get that money back somehow. And which ones of the 40 would I be able to do, and how much money would I need to be able to credit? I don't have enough money to credit another 10 right now. So you'd have to say, right, fine, only these 10 are accredited because that's what they would cost me. And then we need to use them because we need to get our money back. So I don't want to complicate things by saying we can use them all, but we can use all of them as solutions within our strategy. So yeah, you have to buy the accreditation package. It's €70 per person per year, and that covers every single thing that's in there that we offer. So it gives us a lot of gravitas for that particular program. Anything else, guys?
Thanks for that.
Pleasure.
Well, in Dolores's case, she is CPD approved in her own workshops as well. So then there's a link already for her at that level. And Mercy, I don't know if that applies to you too, what you do. Dolores is because she was a solicitor before, so she's already got some level of it too.
Okay, so there is an option for partners to become CPD accredited as a trainer. That is an option. You pay for it, you become CPD accredited, and then you can use our tools as part of what you're doing, as part of your workshopping. So then you could use Mood at Work, okay, and you do a workshop and you do the training and you make sure they qualify, and then you give them the points, the 1 point or the 2 points. It normally works out about 1 point per hour or something. Dolores, am I right? Yeah. So then you can give CPD points and you can use the individual diagnostics to get that over the line. So there is a way, like Dolores currently uses Mood at Work, and some of the others, culture and all sorts of things. And then she allocates her CPD points system to that training workshop. So as the company is now CPD credited, right? The next step for me is for me to become to become an official CPD trainer, which means that I can now get points. When I do a training session, I would be like, Dolores, I do a training session, I can actually issue points based upon the structure of what I'm doing. Okay, it is a little bit more complicated than what I've said, but that's the basics of it. You still have to jump through a couple of hoops to make sure that what you actually are offering actually works, and it is continuous professional development. But that's an option. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. If nobody's got anything else to say, we're going to call it a day. Kim, I think we've taking a pause or something. You want to finish it for us?
Well, as everybody's so busy towards some of the end of the year, I'll send an invite out, but we'll probably regroup the 28th of October. and have a discussion about our new showcase in January with USBR.
Lovely, great, guys. Those people who are in South Africa, if you can make sure that Kim gets your databases for who you want invites sent to for the showcase in January, so we can start putting through some emails and start getting some registrations done. And then the rest of us, let's go out there and push CPD. Let's tell the world how fantastic we are. It's really exciting for us. And I hope you feel as excited as I do. So if you need any branding, Mackenzie or Kim are there to make sure that you can get your CPD accredited logos and anything else that you need. And any notifications. The brochure that I just went through with you will be going to, for its final amends. We should have that back today or tomorrow. Then I'll be sending you all a soft copy and you'll be able to print as many as you like in your home countries and dish them out to all of your customers. Focus on institutions like the law firm, the engineering firm, the accounting institute, and places like that, because those people work in CPD. Find contacts there, drive CPD home, and let's make us dash for the end of the year and turn this year into the best year we've ever had. Guys, thank you very much for your time.
And just make sure, use the WhatsApp group if you need to, like, ask Mercy for something in the South African region can be slightly different. Here it could be Dolores or Brian to work it out. Doug, I see you're on the call. What works in Canada. So, but just use the WhatsApp group. We can chat in there and help one another to actually, learn what's working and keep improving.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, guys.
Okay.
Have a good week
Bye.
further. Cheers for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.